English translation. There was always a different kind of spark in his eyes, as if he were playing a game whose rules only he understood. Whenever he entered a room, the air itself seemed to shift. Some people felt instantly drawn to him, some grew uncomfortable, and in others a quiet fire of resistance ignited. But one thing was certain: ignoring him was never an option. He was born into a family where dreams were never meant to be small. From childhood, he was taught that the world is not built for the weak. If you want to win, your voice must be strong, your decisions swift, and the idea of surrender erased from your vocabulary. Even in school, he stood apart. Where others followed rules, he challenged them. As he stepped into adulthood, he chose his own path. He could have lived a comfortable life, but easy roads never appealed to him. He took risks, sometimes bold, sometimes dangerous. People often said, "This is too much. He's going to destroy himself." And truth be told, there were moments when it felt like everything was slipping out of his hands. In the world of business, he saw soaring heights and crushing depths. There came a time when his decisions were questioned, the media closed in on him, and critics worked day after day to prove that his end was near. But he was not someone who knew how to quit. He fell, and each time he rose back up with even greater force. His greatest strength was his confidence. He would look at himself in the mirror and seem to say, "You may doubt me, but I trust myself completely." Slowly, his name became bigger than business alone. In the public eye, he turned into a symbol: hope for some, anger for others, and a puzzle for many. He spoke exactly what was on his mind, without dressing up his words. That was what set him apart. Then came the turning point that changed his life forever. He stepped into a place usually reserved for seasoned politicians, without hesitation. People laughed and said, "He won't last here," but he was never afraid of laughter. He knew that history remembers those who were mocked the most before they were understood. He spoke directly to the people. His language was simple, sometimes sharp, but never artificial. Some said, "He talks too much." Others said, "At least he speaks the truth." Opposition grew, and so did support. Every day brought a new controversy, every week a new storm. But he knew how to walk through storms. The greater the pressure, the stronger he became. Not all of his decisions were welcomed. At times, even those close to him drifted away. In the silence of night, when the cameras were off, he would sit alone and wonder, "Is this the right path?" But the very next morning, he would stand again with the same unshaken confidence. He knew that power does not come from a chair, it comes from belief. Belief in yourself and in your decisions. For him, failure was never the end, it was preparation for the next battle. Time passed. His name became a subject of debate in the pages of history. Some call him brave, others stubborn. Some say he challenged the system. Others say he shook it to its core. But if there is one thing beyond dispute, it is this: he never accepted a life of being